It's just too nice a day to shut this jolly old sun out, never mind the shadows and whatever. Middle of October in England. We might not get another one, so we'll make the most of it while we can. One listens to this discussion about student loans as well. So you get yourself into debt to get this degree from some special place so that you can earn lots more, well, whether you do or not. Just sounds false to me. It's us, the West, chasing our rampant materialism. The whole society is looking to the god of money, not to you, my lord. Yes, we have to have a certain level of material, and that's normal, quite acceptable in Christ's spirit. Hence the feeding of the 5,000. People were hungry, they must be fed, of course. But not to the detriment of others. It's not necessary. And it doesn't bring happiness. Mind you, I did have a friend at school who would say, he happened to be Jewish, he became a barrister in the end, I believe. But if he's going to be miserable, he'd like to be miserable in comfort. Well, you know, okay. I wouldn't wish poverty on anyone, but it is an absolute glaringly obvious fact to me. I have travelled and been in various countries, and that so often infinitely less well off people, less well off in material terms, have the most beautiful spirits. If only one can see the joy in your creation, my lord. The 5 creatures I mention are spiders, ants, bees, butterflies, and mouette, seagulls, God's beautiful creatures. To rejoice in the extraordinary, I mean, just watch an anthill if you ever come across one. And the whole thing is structured and ordered, and the little antennae are scenting, and they can't have foreigners in. And where does all that come from? It's a miracle. Bees will fly. I used to keep bees a distance of something like a mile and a half. So you have to move a hive. If you move a hive, you have to move it at least 3 miles, because they go off and they say, oh, I know where this bit is, and they'll go back to the old place. So you've got to move double the distance that they normally can fly, so between a mile and a half. And then when they come back, they do this little figure of 8 dance, which tells all the other chaps, that's where the pollen field is, that's where the honey will be, that's where our food is. It's wonderful. Nature. Take a look at a butterfly. They were discussing this. I think it's a lepidopterus, isn't it? But there's probably a specialist word for butterflies only. And there's one particular butterfly that comes out in England. You get almost butterfly spotters, like twitchers for birds. It only comes out in a very short space of time. But what do they do for the rest of the time? And yet they've been around, these butterflies, much longer than us lot, millions of years. Seagulls, just because you just watch this wonderful creature. I used to fly aeroplanes. And it just sits in the air like that on a breeze. And then when it gets tired, it just goes and plops in the sea, and there it is. All we have to do is believe in you, my Lord. And then everything is possible.